Welcome, punch enthusiasts! Who's up for a round of boxing banter? I hear there's a big fight coming up. Yes, you heard it right. We're talking about the much-anticipated showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Jaime Munguia. It's like waiting for the sequel to your favorite blockbuster movie, only with more adrenaline and less popcorn. Now let's talk figures. Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight champion, carries an impressive record of 60 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws. Then there's Munguia, our knockout artist, boasting an undefeated streak of 43 wins. It's like putting an unstoppable force against an immovable object. Now that's a plot twist even Hollywood can't beat. So what's the buzz? Well, Alvarez is the favorite, but Munguia is no underdog. He's got a punch that could make even the toughest critics see stars. And remember, in boxing, it only takes one good hit. So grab your popcorn and don't blink. This isn't a movie. There's no pause button in boxing. Now let's dive into the world of odds and predictions. And no, we're not talking about the odds of getting a parking spot at the arena on fight night. We're talking about the boxing match that's got everyone on their toes. Canelo Alvarez versus Jaime Munguia. Now, if you're thinking about placing a bet, it's worth noting that Alvarez is the favorite here. But what does that even mean? Well, imagine trying to find a 4-leaf clover in a field of grass. Finding that clover is like betting on the underdog, Munguia. But hey, sometimes luck shines and you do find that rare clover. Let's bring in our boxing expert, Peter Khan. This man has had a successful track record with 50 wins and 13 losses in his last 63 picks. For this match, he's recommending betting on under 10.5 rounds. But remember, he's an expert, not a psychic. Remember, folks, these are just predictions. The only thing guaranteed in boxing is a good old adrenaline rush. Now, onto the men of the hour, or should I say the men of the round. When we talk about power, we're talking about Jaime Munguia. This guy's got a knockout style that's as impressive as finding the last piece of cake at a crowded party. 43 fights, 43 victories. It's like he's playing a game of whack-a-mole and he's got the fastest mallet in town. On the other side of the ring, we've got Canelo Alvarez. He's the guy who's never been knocked out. It's like he's navigating through a crowded mall on a Saturday, dodging left and right, and still manages to get that last pair of discounted sneakers. 60 fights, only 2 losses and 2 draws. This man's record is as unblemished as a freshly polished apple. Both fighters have unique styles. Munguia, with his power-punching approach, is like a bulldozer in a china shop. Alvarez, with his strategic and defensive style, is more like a ballet dancer in a minefield. Whether it's a knockout or a decision, one thing's for sure, both these fighters won't be pulling any punches. All right, we've jabbed, hooked, and uppercut our way through the details. Time for the final bell. Now remember, folks, we're not just talking about any old bout here. This is Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight champ, going toe-to-toe with Jaime Munguia, the undefeated knockout artist. It's the seasoned pro versus the rising star, a clash of titans that's got the boxing world on the edge of their seats. According to the experts, Alvarez is the favorite. But let's not forget, Munguia hasn't tasted defeat yet. And if you've seen him in the ring, you'll know he's got a punch that can turn the tide in a heartbeat. It's like a freight train wrapped in a boxing glove. As for Alvarez, he's as tough as they come. Guy's never been knocked out. He dances around those punches like he's got springs in his shoes. And when he lets his fists fly, well, let's just say he's not in the business of tickling. But hey, this is boxing. Anything can happen. It could be a strategic chess match, a brutal slugfest, or maybe even a surprise knockout. Who knows? That's the beauty of it. The anticipation is half the fun. So there you have it, folks. The bell has rung, the gloves are off. All we can do now is wait for the real bell in the ring. Until then, keep your guards up and your spirits high.